Did you know one rapper once scammed his own fans out of thousands of dollars? Or that another secretly got a major body transformation but has never admitted it? Stick around, because we're about to reveal 20 insane secrets about your favorite rappers that will leave you speechless. 20. The Island Boys' secret relationship. We're kicking things off with one of the most bizarre stories in hip-hop. You probably remember the Island Boys, the viral duo with crazy hair and questionable freestyles. But what most people don't know is that the twin brothers, Fly Asulia and Kodak Black, have been caught multiple times in very intimate moments with each other. Now, we're not talking about brotherly love. We're talking about videos where they're kissing each other on the lips and acting way closer than most siblings would. Fans have been speculating for a long time that the Island Boys might actually be hiding a romantic relationship. They deny it, but those clips don't lie. And if you thought that was crazy, wait until you hear about a rapper who secretly faked their entire street image. 19. Rick Ross was a prison guard. Rick Ross is known for his boss persona, his deep voice, and his luxurious lifestyle. But here's the truth he doesn't want you to know. Before all the Maybach music and drug kingpin talk, Rick Ross was actually a correctional officer working in a Florida prison. Yup, he was the guy locking people up before deciding he wanted to rap about running the streets. When this secret first came out, Ross denied it for years, but eventually the evidence was overwhelming and he had to admit it.
Were you a correctional officer at one point?
I was, yeah.
So going all the way back, when was that? How long ago?
Maybe when I was 20.
The craziest part? His entire rap career is based on the real drug dealer Freeway Rick Ross, whose name he took. Talk about an identity crisis. If you're shocked so far, just wait. Because up next, we have a rapper who got major plastic surgery and still won't admit it. 18. Cardi B's secret body transformation. We all know Cardi B is open about her past as a stripper, but what she never talks about is her first set of illegal plastic surgeries before she got famous. Before she was a superstar, Cardi went to a shady basement doctor in New York and got illegal butt injections because she wanted a curvier figure to make more money in the club. These weren't done by a real plastic surgeon, but by a random woman using actual industrial silicone, which is highly dangerous. Cardi later admitted that the pain was excruciating, and she had to get them fixed once she got famous. But she still denies having had work done on her face, even though old pictures tell a very different story. And speaking of shady behavior, the next rapper on this list once scammed his own fans out of thousands of dollars. 17. Soulja Boy's biggest scam. We all know Soulja Boy is one of the biggest internet trolls in hip-hop, but did you know he once scammed his fans out of thousands of dollars with fake electronics? In 2018, he launched something called the Soulja Game Console, claiming it was a brand new gaming system. But when fans finally received their orders, they found out that the console was just a cheap knockoff from China that you could buy for $50. The best part? Soulja never refunded anyone and just acted like the whole thing never happened. And hey, if you're still watching, don't be like Soulja. Subscribe to the channel before I start selling bootleg game consoles. 16. 21. Savage wasn't even American. For years, 21 Savage built his image around being an Atlanta street rapper, until ICE arrested him in 2019 and exposed that he was actually British. Yes, you heard that right. 21 Savage was born in the United Kingdom and lived there until he was around 7 years old. He was in America illegally for years and almost got deported back to England. The internet went crazy with jokes about him secretly drinking tea and having an accent, but 21 eventually cleared things up. Still, the fact that one of the hardest rappers in hip-hop could have been rapping with a British accent this whole time is hilarious. Speaking of fake street rappers, this next one is even worse. 15. Tekashi 6ix9ine's entire persona was fake. Tekashi 6ix9ine is known for being one of the biggest snitches in rap history. But what if I told you he was never even a real gangster to begin with? Before he got famous, 6ix9ine was just a quiet kid working in a deli. He literally worked a normal job before paying real gang members to let him pretend to be one of them. Once things got too serious and he got caught up in crimes, he immediately snitched on everyone around him. The funny thing? The guys he ratted on were the same ones he paid to act like a thug in the first place. From fake gangsters to actual criminals, the next rapper on this list once robbed a fast food joint just for fun. 14. Kodak Black robbed a Burger King. Kodak Black has been in and out of jail more times than we can count, but one of the dumbest crimes he ever committed? Robbing a Burger King. Back when he was younger, Kodak and his friends decided it would be funny to break into a Burger King after hours. They didn't even steal money, just a bunch of burgers and fries before running away. Eventually, Kodak got arrested for actual serious crimes, but this might go down as the pettiest robbery in hip-hop history. And speaking of food, this next rapper has one of the strangest diets ever. 13. Lil Yachty has never eaten a vegetable. Yes, you heard that right. Lil Yachty has never eaten a single vegetable in his entire life. His diet consists entirely of pizza, chicken nuggets, candy, and soda. He once admitted that even when he was a kid, he would literally spit out any vegetable his parents tried to feed him. The crazy part? He's somehow still alive and thriving. Drop a comment. What's the one food you could never live without? And while you're at it, hit that like button before Yachty's diet catches up with him. 12. Drake owns the most expensive piece of hip-hop jewelry ever. Drake is no stranger to flexing his wealth, but did you know he once bought a $3 million chain with over 100 carats of diamonds? The chain, called The Eternity, was custom-made and is the most expensive jewelry piece ever owned by a rapper. Some people say it's a waste of money, but Drake has so much cash, it's probably just pocket change to him. But speaking of expensive flexes, what if I told you that one rapper actually bought a house just to stalk his ex? 11. Kanye West bought a house next to Kim Kardashian just to spy on her. When Kanye West and Kim Kardashian split up, you didn't take it well. Instead of moving on, he literally bought a house across the street from Kim's mansion, just to keep an eye on her. He even admitted in interviews that he did it so he could be closer to his kids.
Schedule, that's why I even got the house. You know, they flipped it in the media like there was something wrong with me getting a house next to my kid. You see, when...
But let's be real, it's pretty obvious he was also keeping tabs on Kim's new relationship with Pete Davidson. I mean, imagine breaking up with someone, and they buy a house next to yours just to see what you're doing. Creepy or genius? Let me know in the comments. Alright, we're officially in the top 10, and things are about to get even wilder. We've got rappers wasting millions for no reason, insane addictions, dark secrets, and the most shocking one fact that will change how you see one of the biggest names in hip-hop forever. 10. Lil Uzi Vert's $1 million nightclub disaster. Lil Uzi Vert is known for spending money like it grows on trees, but in 2021, he made one of his most ridiculous purchases ever. While partying in a Miami nightclub, Uzi threw $1 million in cash into the crowd, just so he could flex. The funniest part? Most of the money ended up on the floor, and club staff had to sweep it all up after he left. Imagine working your shift and getting rich off a rapper's ego. But while Uzi was throwing away money, another rapper was getting approached by something much more sinister. 9. Jay-Z believes he was almost taken by the Illuminati. For years, conspiracy theories have claimed that Jay-Z is part of the Illuminati. But what if I told you that he actually believes it too? Jay once said that early in his career, a powerful group of people approached him and told him they could make him one of the most successful artists ever. The catch? He'd have to give up his soul to join them. Jay claims he walked away from the deal, but fans aren't convinced. The hand signs, the hidden messages in his music. Maybe he's just playing along. Or maybe he really did take the deal. What do you think? Drop a comment below. But Jay-Z isn't the only rapper keeping secrets. The next one has been hiding an entire family from the world. 8. Future secretly has more kids than he admits. Future is already known for having a lot of kids. But what if I told you he has even more than you think? Over the years, multiple women have come forward claiming that Future is the father of their children. But he straight up ignores them. At this point, Future might have a whole football team of kids he doesn't even know about. And speaking of bad habits, the next rapper on this list is hiding an addiction that almost killed him. 7. Lil Wayne is addicted to cough syrup. Lil Wayne is one of the greatest rappers of all time, but his biggest weakness? Cough syrup. For years, Wayne has openly talked about his addiction to lean.
I said, Doc, I haven't been drinking like that, and I haven't been drinking nowhere near as where you would be catching seizures from it, and so.
A drink made from prescription cough syrup and soda. At one point, his addiction got so bad that he was having seizures regularly, and doctors warned him he could literally die if he didn't stop. To this day, nobody knows if he ever fully quit. But what we do know is that Wayne is one of the only rappers alive who has actually survived being shot in the chest. 6. Lil Wayne shot himself at 12 years old. When Lil Wayne was just 12 years old, he got his mom's gun and accidentally shot himself in the chest. Now, most people don't know this, but the only reason he survived is because a police officer saved his life by rushing him to the hospital. Wayne later revealed that the incident wasn't even an accident. He actually did it on purpose because he was struggling with his mental health. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video, hit that subscribe button or I'll start drinking cough syrup like Lil Wayne. 5. Nicki Minaj was once arrested for shoplifting. Before she was the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj was just another broke teenager trying to make it in New York. And like a lot of broke teenagers, she made some questionable choices, like stealing clothes from a store. Now, Nicki later admitted that she and her friends would go to shopping malls and steal designer outfits just to look rich. She even got arrested once, but managed to avoid serious charges. But Nicki's little crime is nothing compared to what the next rapper survived. 4. 50 Cent was shot 9 times and survived. 50 Cent is one of the toughest rappers in the game, and for good reason, he survived getting shot 9 times and lived to tell the tale. In 2000, a hitman ambushed 50 Cent outside his grandma's house, shooting him in the face, legs, arms, and chest. Most people wouldn't make it, but 50. He recovered, dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, and became one of the biggest names in hip-hop. Some say it was pure luck, while others believe he was meant to survive. But the next rapper on this list wasn't just lucky. He had one of the most bizarre escapes from death ever. 3. Travis Scott's near-death experience on stage. We all know Travis Scott for his insane concerts, but what most people don't know is that he once almost died on stage. At a festival in 2015, Travis was performing when he fell into a hole in the middle of the stage while rapping. Instead of stopping the show, he kept going, crawling out of the pit like nothing happened. Fans were shocked at how unfazed he was, but it could have been a career-ending moment or worse. Now, I've got to ask, if you were a rapper, what would be your rap name? Drop it in the comments, and let's see who comes up with the hardest name. I'll pin the best one. 2. Eminem died and was replaced by a clone? This might sound like a wild conspiracy theory, but hear me out. There's an entire group of people who believe that Eminem actually died in 2006 and was replaced by a clone. Why do they think that? Well, after 2006, Eminem's voice changed drastically. His facial structure looked different, and even his rapping style became robotic compared to before. There are even clips of Eminem in interviews where he glitches out and stares blankly into space, as if his programming failed. Now, is it true? Probably not. But the fact that so many people genuinely believe it makes it one of the craziest theories in hip-hop. But nothing compares to our one story. A secret so big it could change everything you thought you knew about the music industry. Diddy's darkest secret, the industry's biggest cover-up. For years, rumors have surrounded Diddy, but what if I told you that he's been at the center of some of hip-hop's biggest scandals? There have been countless allegations that Diddy controls the industry behind the scenes, with some people even accusing him of being involved in the deaths of major artists. Think about it. Biggie Smalls was one of the biggest rappers under Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records. But after Biggie's death, who benefited the most? Diddy went on to become one of the richest men in hip-hop, while Biggie's case remains unsolved to this day. And it's not just Biggie. There are whispers that Diddy has been pulling strings for decades, keeping certain artists on top while burying others who cross him. The music industry is full of secrets, but one thing's for sure, Diddy knows a lot more than he's letting on. And that's a wrap on 20 shocking things you didn't know about these rappers. Now tell me in the comments, which story shocked you the most? And don't forget, check out our video. 8 shocking rappers who came out as LGBTQ+. Next, you won't believe who made the list. See you in the next one.